Welcome back to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel, Adia Your Pro Tips, and currently we are on day 15. Actually, day 14 came out so well, involving just over 1.5 goals and anything to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no. This happens to be the slips, and this particular slips happens to be the highest winning slips out of this ever since we've started this particular challenge, right from day 1 to day 14. And the markets and strategies that we are using involve only anything to score 3 or more goals on a row and over 1.5 goals. Actually, our day 13 came out so well, and day 12 came out so well, and this particular winning streak has really helped this particular challenge regarding to profit. And when it comes to the bankroll method, because the purpose of this particular challenge is for us to track how a disciplined bettors is actually making profit, and this particular 3 straight winning within just 3 days has really improved our profit for this particular challenge. And don't forget, we said we have 3 phases regarding to this particular challenge. The first phase includes day 1 to day 10, which include using 30% of our total balance, and the second phase is from day 11 to day 20, using 50% of our total balance as our fixed staking amount, and the third phase happens to be day 21 to day 30, whereby we are going for a flat staking amount. Currently we are on day 15, and we are going to be using 50% of our total balance for this particular for our fixed staking amount. So without wasting much of our time, let us look into most of the games that we have today. So most of our prediction will be around predicting any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, and the first league that we are going to look into happens to be under the Argentina League, and I have just one game under this particular Argentina Professional League. And after looking at some other games like that have the similar attributes or features that we are going to look into, then we are going to proceed to over 1.5 goals. Alright, so this happens to be under the Argentina League, and the first game that we have happens to be Sarmiento against Gimnasia. So this particular games that you guys are seeing on the screen happens to be any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no. And as you guys can see, and we have the odd at 1.10 odd for this particular game. So if you don't have these particular options in your bet platform, I'm going to tell you guys what to do. Alright, so the next game that we are going to look into is still under Argentina League, and that is under Algeria League 1, and I have just one game there too. That is this particular game that you guys can see on the screen. So this particular game too is also expected to end up as any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no, and the bookies are allocating 1.12 odd for this particular game. So the next league that we are going for is still under Argentina League, but this time around Argentina Primera Nacional. So this happens to be the league that we are going to look into, and I have up to like I think 3 games to be predicted as, or 2 games to be predicted as any team to score 3 or more goals on a row. This happens to be the first game, San Miguel against San Martin, and we have it at any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no. The bookies are allocating 1.08 odd to it. Alright, so let's check the next game. Alright, so the next game happens to be Club Almagro against Argument, something like that. So this particular game too, we are expecting any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no. Alright, so the odd that the bookies are allocating to it happens to be 1.13 odd, and we have 4 games, 1.50 odd, and our last game happens to be under the Egypt League. So we have just one game there to be predicted as any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, Egypt Premier League. Alright, so the first game under this particular league, El Gaish or something like that, as you guys can see. So this particular game, any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, and the odd that the bookies are allocating to it happens to be 1.07 odd. Alright, so with 5 games involving just any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, we have 1.61 odd. And the next chapter that we are moving on to now is including our over 1.5 goals. And the league that we are going to look into happens to be the China League, that is Chinese Super League. And there is just one game that we are going to look into there that is expected to end up as over 1.5 goals, and that is Shandong Taishan. And this particular game, we are expecting the home team to actually win this particular game, but if they don't win, we don't care about that. We are expecting them to score at least over 1.5 goals at of 1.08 odd. Alright, so the next game that we are going to look into happens to be under the Finland League. Actually, this particular Finland League, they are known for scoring goals, except sometimes they can mess up your sleeps. So we are going to look into under this particular league. We have just one game there, and that is this particular match that you guys are seeing on your screen. And as I'm looking at it, the bookies are not providing the odd line for over 1.5 goals, because what I'm seeing here is over 2.5 goals at of 1.31 odd, but we are going for over 1.5 goals. So I'll be making use of the go bound option. So this particular go bound option of 2 to 5 plus is very similar to predicting over 1.5 goals at of. So currently we have the odd at 1.08 odd. So when you are setting your go bound option to 2 to 5 plus, it's the same thing as saying that the goals will be within the range of 2 to 5 goals. Alright, now so the next game that we are going to look into happens to be the under Iceland League. So Iceland League, and we have the match between KR Reykjavik. So we have to Reykjavik, so be careful, just go for KR, because the other one is Valor Reykjavik or something like that. So this particular game too is expected to end up as over 1.5 goals, but the bookies are not providing the odd line. We have over 2.5 goals at odd of 1.32 odd. So let us make use of the go bound, set it to 2 to 5 plus. Alright, so the odd for the go bound option of 2 to 5 plus is 1.08 odd. And this happens to be the total numbers of the games that we have in today's particular edition, which happens to be day 15. This particular slips involve just 3 games as over 1.5 goals and 5 games as any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no. So one thing about this, one beautiful thing about this particular strategy is that I'm not saying that they are 100%, but trust me, if we are consistent and disciplined regarding to this particular strategy, it will really work out so well. So with just 8 games, we are able to generate 2.03 odd for day 15. And one unique thing about this particular challenge is our bankroll method. As I explained to you guys earlier, that we have 3 phases. Phase 1 using 30% of our total balance, phase 2 using 50% of our total balance, and phase 3 going for flat staking amount. So this is day 15, and we are currently in the days of using 50% of our total balance. So I'm going to check the 50% of my current total balance, and that would be my current staking amount. So I don't know your own total balance, depends on you. So this happens to be my own current total balance, and I'm able to get my staking amount for day 15. And the purpose of this particular challenge is for us to be able to track our profits and let us know if at all, if you happen to be disciplined in this particular spot trading of a thing, how are you making is it possible for you to really make profit in this particular thing, depending on your capital strength, like that. So let's go. Alright, now so in case you are just joining us for the first time on this particular challenge, kindly make sure that you approach this particular challenge with care and make sure that you subscribe to this particular challenge. I actually told you guys earlier that this particular slips, most of the slips I'm dropping for this challenge, they are actually coming from our private circle groups, and I decided to do this particular challenge to actually track if at all people are making profit by following the right strategy and using the right bankroll method. Alright, so in case if you want to join any of our group, you are going to find the group link in the comment section and in the video description. And if you have any question regarding to this particular challenge or to this particular content, you can please drop it in the comment section. Actually, I made a particular video on how to generate predictions or games on if you want to predict any team to score 3 or more goals on a row, which is no, I made a prompt on it and I'm going to attach it in the comment section. I'm going to pin it there. And when it comes to predicting over 1.5 goals, I have actually made a lot of videos on how to predict over 1.5 goals using both app and using manual strategy. Actually, I'll be posting a video very soon regarding to how you can easily generate over 1.5 goals on your own, and probably after generating it you can apply your own knowledge, your own idea, because when it comes to strategies, everything is just based on ideas. There's nothing special in strategies, it is based on ideas. Alright, so see you guys in the next video. See you guys in day 16. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Bye bye.